Good evening, viewers. This is Focal Point, and my name is Williams Charles Oluwatoyin. With me this evening, I have the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Honorable Wemi Jones, FCIB. They will be doing justice to some questions as relating to the reopening of schools in Kogi State after the lockdown. Good evening, Honorable Wemi Jones.
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
It's a pleasure. I'm fine, thank you, sir. It's a pleasure having you here, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so without wasting time, I have some questions here that I would like you to just do justice to, so that our viewers can get information. The first question I'll be asking without wasting time is, what are the precautionary measures that have been put in place to keep our children safe from COVID-19?
Thank you very much. Can I say good evening, viewers?
Yes, you can.
I count it an honor to be with you this evening. It's been a busy day. We've been up and down trying to monitor school resumption as directed by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yahaya Bello. Truth of the matter is this. We all are aware of what has been happening globally since March of this year, when schools were locked down. But the truth of the matter is that truly we accept that there may be an ailment, a sickness that is ravaging the world, particularly the European and American nations. But we've been very fortunate that in this part of the world, even though there are some people that have died on account of some, presenting some symptoms that are like malaria, and of course, medical science, people in medical science will always give any type of condition a name, and the name of this particular condition is COVID-19. But let us be real. Let us, like His Excellency will always say, there's medical science, but there also must be common sense.
Common sense, yeah.
If Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people, thereabout, and as at today, the active cases are just 12,000. I think the new cases recorded overnight, I think, is about 73 or so, if I'm not mistaken. So are we now going to lock down everything because of course, every life is important. Please get me clearly. Every life is important. No life should be lost, negligently. We shouldn't be negligent about any life. But if we say because of 12,000 active cases, and we keep locking down our schools, locking down our economy, I don't think it's fair. And that is exactly the position of His Excellency when he ordered that schools should reopen at all levels in Kogi State. As for the precautionary measures, they are out there for everybody to see and take note of. The NCDC have given the measures. The Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 are also very clear and specific on what those measures are. And those are the measures that we have ensured that are fully complied with in Kogi State.
All right, thank you, Honorable Wemi Jones. Now, what's the level of compliance by schools to these preventive measures today?
Thank you. From the reports that we have gotten, because today we sent out 2 to 3 teams to monitor level of compliance within Lokoja Metropolis. We also have our staff, officers on the field in the 21 local government areas of Kogi State who are giving us feedback on what is happening in their locations. I would say I am very, very comfortable with the reports that I have gotten. As a matter of fact, a couple of days ago, I did a tour of all the state-owned tertiary institutions in Kogi State. And I can tell you that we are more than ready. As a matter of fact, in one of the schools that I went to, one of the higher institutions that I went to, the head of that tertiary institution told me that they had been ready for school to reopen long before now. They even showed me the things that they have done on their own. They have been so creative. They have done their own hand sanitizers, and we're even looking for people to come and patronize them. So I really feel encouraged with the headship of our tertiary institution. So I am very comfortable that as far as Kogi State schools are concerned, we are ready.
All right, sir. Going forward, what are the monitoring mechanisms that the ministry have put in place to checkmate schools that may want to not comply? They are complying now, but in the long run, they may not want to comply. What monitoring mechanisms are in place?
Well, like I said earlier, we have our ways of ensuring full compliance. I may not want to divulge some of it, so that the smart people will not now corner us and know and preempt our moves. However, we have teams that monitor schools. We also have our staff on the field in the 21 local government areas of Kogi State. But we have our whistleblowers. So don't think we are not watching. We are watching every move by every school, including private school owners. Thank you.
Honorable Wemi Jones, could
Yes,
there be any palliative like waiving of school fees? Because some parents are complaining that we are having a short period, we pay school fees. Could there be any palliative like waiving of school fees to cushion the effect of the lockdown on parents? Could there be any?
Well, I think we have to be very fair and objective. Now, this morning, before going out, I sent out a notice on the authority of His Excellency the Governor to say that if you look at our modified calendar, our modified school calendar, we have given schools 2 weeks to conclude activities related to their second term in school. Schools were closed down just at about the time they were finishing the second term activities, exams and what have you. So we're giving them 2 weeks to ensure the conclusion of activities related to second term. Now we are saying for those 2 weeks, no school is expected to charge any fee, be it private or public. Nobody must charge any fee against any student for the 2 weeks. But from third term, which is going to start on the 28th of September, the private schools are running a business.
All right.
So they must charge. What we are going to frown at is when you now begin to charge exorbitantly. We must also appreciate the fact that these parents too have also gone through the pandemic, just like we, the business owners. So we must put ourselves, into consideration before we charge any fees.
Thank you, Honorable Wemi Jones. Just stay with me. We want to take a commercial, then we'll be back in a jiffy.
Thank you.
Now, welcome back. Honorary Wemi Jones.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. Thank you. I'm
All
here.
right. Thank you so much. You see, like some states, like Oyo State, they put off third time, and just promoted students to new classes. Now, people are asking, why is Kogi different? If you ask me as an academician, I'll tell you, no, students are supposed to be examined. Now, but some persons are saying, why is that of Kogi State different?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Kogi is different because this is Kogi and we are very
Yeah.
different. And we have a governor that is very different. Our governor is very pragmatic and he has chosen to be different. The way we handled the COVID-19 pandemic suggests that we are a very unique state. Kogi is at the heart of Nigeria. Kogi is the heartbeat of this nation. So we cannot do things the way every other state is doing theirs. That is one. Maybe I was political, but the truth of the matter is this. Let the students that even take the normal 3 terms, don't miss lectures, go and check the results of their exams. What is the outcome? What results do they make? They barely manage to pass. And you now cut off a whole 4 months, going to 5 months out of the academic year, out of the academic calendar. How do we expect them to come out good? So we only need to say, okay, let us crash it and then make sure that nothing is lost. If we are going to lose anything, let's lose something that is so inconsequential and negligible. That is why we have chosen to be different. Because we are building. Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, because we want to build a foundation of leaders that will be knowledgeable and can compete very, very well among their peers world over. So we cannot do that by cutting off a whole 5 months. That's like half of the year. Yeah. And His Excellency said, no, we are not going to cut off anything. We are going to ensure that we compress the whole academic calendar and make sure that nothing is lost.
Honorable Wemi Jones, are you assuring parents that Kogi State will be able to normalize the academic calendar year?
From the time, I don't know if you have seen our modified timetable.
I think I've seen it.
Yes, it will take us time, but by next year, everything is going to fall in place. I can tell you that. My prayer is that they will not come back and say they have discovered, or they call it spike, that there won't be any spike in other parts of the country. As far as we are concerned, definitely is going to happen to us here. I can tell you that. So,
all right, just from the press release that came out of your ministry today, we have your telephone number and that of your permanent secretary,
yes.
Mr. Idein. I think
Idein,
I want to just put the telephone number on the screen so that parents can call in case there's any complaint that they may need. The numbers are scrolling on the screen right now. Now, Honorable Wemi Jones, finally, can you give us, in summary, an insight into the newly passed education bill by the House of Assembly and what its advantages will be to the state?
Thank you very much. For 29 years since the creation of Kogi State has been running education without a law. That is like a rudderless society. A society where there is no law, there will not be any offense. So, and because of the fact that His Excellency is desirous of doing some very major and significant reform in the education sector, we need to start by first having a law that will guide all of our operations as far as the education system is concerned. Having said that, I would say that the education law is looking at every detail as far as education is concerned. The issue of discipline, the issue of classroom, the issue of even the curriculum, and of course, the issue of private school proliferating everywhere in the state. As I speak with you, and I've said this severally, we have over 800 registered private, public, and primary and secondary schools in Kogi State, over 800. But sadly, we have over 1,000 unregistered. Now, how do you control them? How do you know who is where? How do you ensure that the quality that come out of those schools are good enough? Because, like I said, the reform that His Excellency wants to do in education is monumental, is humongous. So we cannot afford to operate the system where there is no law guiding what you are doing. So that is, in a nutshell, that is why the education law has come. And the only thing that is remaining is for His Excellency, the governor, to put his accent on it, and then we begin to run. And we are going to have a lot of stakeholders engagement before we begin to, apply the law fully. And I've said it before, we are going to be very flexible as far as the law is concerned, but we are going to be fair. Defaulters will definitely be sanctioned, they will be penalized. The full route of the law we apply in most of the most cases. But we are, like I said, we are going to be flexible, and we are going to involve a lot of people in all manners of engagement. Several layers of engagement will take place before we begin to apply the law.
All right, Honorable Wemi Jones. Finally, what do you have? What word of advice do you have for viewers, parents, students watching you right now?
Thank you very much. What I would like to say, and I've said this severally, I'm going to repeat it here, is that in respect of our school resumption, is that your hygiene is your personal business, is your personal responsibility. Government will only do what it can, but that aspect of you taking care of yourself is your personal responsibility. So we need to take it with both hands. It is he that is alive that will write exams. It is he that is alive that will hope to become somebody someday. So you must, as a matter of responsibility, take care of yourself. Government is not going to come to your house and say, wash your hand before you eat. Government is not going to come to your house and ensure that you brush your teeth in the morning or take your bath. So those are things that fundamentally and basically you must do yourself. We can only provide the general framework and tell you this is how to go about this, that is how to go about that. So please let us, students, parents, and all of us, it is our responsibility. Government will provide the general framework, like I said, but it is for you to ensure that you take care of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Wemi Jones. That will be all. First and foremost, I must commend His Excellency Alhaji Abelo for sticking to his guns, for standing his ground. Perhaps, who knows what will have happened in Kogi State today. I also want to commend you, Honorable Wemi Jones. You are doing a very fantastic job there. You are one of the most proactive commissioners, and you're on top of your game. I want to wish you well in your future endeavor, and that God will bless and guide you. Thank you. Some other times we'll have you here. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. I'm very grateful. Thank you. Thanks for having me. God bless you.
You are welcome, sir. You are welcome, sir. Yeah. And that's Honorable Wemi Jones for us today. We are looking at bringing the Honorable Commissioner for Environment as the flood level in Lokoja is increasing. We would like to know what the state government is doing in preparedness for whatever may come. Thank you for staying with us. Watch out for our next episode. God bless you.